Hey, everybody, this is Maxine Taylor. Welcome to my virtual full moon ceremony this evening. The full moon in the Eastern time zone, of course, convert this to your own, will be January 6th, 2023. I do not have a neural pathway yet for 2023, so bear with me. Okay, in the Eastern time zone, the full moon will occur at 6:09 p.m. and it will be in 16 degrees and 22 minutes of Cancer. Cancer is such a nurturing sign. It loves home and family and takes things very personally. They're very, very sensitive, both psychically and emotionally. So they are ruled by the moon, and they'll tell you that, which means that as the moon grows, they get more and more joyful and want to get out there and do stuff. Then we have the full moon, and as it wanes, they tend to want more solitude and privacy. Not everyone and not all the time, but little privacy. And then on the new moon, which is 2 weeks after the full moon, they're moving forward again. So a couple of things I'd like to mention to you, to this particular group, because I've heard from so many of you, and you are all the ones I've heard from so advanced spiritually. Excuse me, I thought this was even. I have a Libra ascendant and I want it balanced. Okay. So where was I? I am going to share a couple of announcements with you that I hope you enjoy. One of them is, yes, I'm going to be teaching astrology classes. So many of you have asked me if I was going to be teaching classes. I'm going to start in February, and I'm going to be teaching all levels. That means you don't have to be able to identify anything astrologically. I will start with a beginning course. If you are past the beginning course, you will certainly not want to be in that particular class, and that's fine. And as I move forward, I'll be teaching you everything I know, because so many of you have told me you like to practice astrology and you would like to learn astrology and you like to learn it from me. So, hey, we're going to do it. If you are, now I don't have anything out there on my website yet, but if you are interested in finding out more about what I'll be teaching, when it's going to start, all that good stuff, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. And you have a place there where you can send me an email. I would love to hear from you before the classes begin so that I can get a gauge of where we will be starting. And by the way, when I teach the advanced classes, your textbook is your birth chart. So you're going to be learning a lot of things about yourself and your family members, because everybody wants to understand themselves and the people they live with. So the way I teach is very, very different. I teach the way I do the full moon ceremonies. In other words, you are fabulous just the way you are. It's in your birth chart, and I'll show it to you. So that's the first announcement. The second announcement, I may have shared this particular book with you. This is my latest book. I'll have another one out shortly. And when I say shortly, I mean within a couple of weeks, and then one final book, which will be the one that I've apparently been waiting to write. and I'll announce it. I'll let you know all about it. If you would like to add your story to the book, I will let you know. Probably the next time we have a full moon ceremony. All right. The book, I think some of you would like because you're very advanced. If you're a walk-in, if you are a star child, a healer, if you know you are not from here, that this is not your home planet. If you are an empath, a psychic, my book, The Earthbound Trilogy, was written for you. It's a science nonfiction book. It describes walk-ins, their actual walk-in. Some of you have told me that you feel that you are a walk-in. This book will help you get clarity on that. And I wrote this first in about 2014, and I have changed it. The ending is very current and deals with an issue that we will be dealing with here on planet Earth sooner than I thought we would. And I'm going to leave it at that cliffhanger. Okay, so that's my Earthbound trilogy. Okay, and we've done the astrology classes. Great. Two things I want to mention that are going on that so many people have asked questions about. Number one, Mercury retrograde. Number two, Mars retrograde. Now, some of the heavy planets are always, quote unquote, always retrograde, seems like, because they move slowly. Mercury and Mars are very, very important. Mercury in particular, because the fast moving planets come in and out of retrograde, and they are, when Mercury goes retrograde, I get emails from you guys because you can feel it. When it comes out of the retrograde and moves into the shadow, it's not retrograde, but it feels like it is. So many of you are so psychic that you pick that up easily. Mercury is going to go direct, meaning it'll quit messing with communication, correspondence, and transportation, our mouth and our minds. It will quit messing with us on the 18th. It'll move into the shadow after that for a couple of weeks. But you don't want to start a new project while Mercury is retrograde. While it's in the shadow, you can go ahead, if you're not too crazy by the shadow itself, and start a new project. Mars, the planet of action and energy and passion, and yes, sex, it's what we fight with and fight for. When it goes retrograde, it doesn't confuse anybody because it flatlines. It just bellies up and says, I'm not doing anything. We'll see it in commerce and industry. We've seen it in commerce and industry, but in our own private lives, we've seen how when Mars is retrograde, you just, nothing happens, nothing moves forward. Okay. Mercury and Mars are tag teaming us. Mars will go direct on the 12th, Mercury on the 18th. So there's a couple of days in there when they're overlapping. So I want you to be aware of it so that you know you're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. All right. Now I'm going to talk about the new moon. Excuse me, the full moon. Can you tell Mercury's still retrograde? Mouth and mind. They're not working as a team. Okay. Full moon in Cancer. I'm going to start with Cancer because, of course, it's appropriate when the full moon is in your sign to start with your sign. All right. The full moon is in your first house, Cancerians. It's your first solar house. And so this is you saying, I'm doing it my way. I want what I want, and I want it now. I do what I want, when I want, how I want, because I want. And this full moon brings energy with it, which is fabulous. So it's your turn. Do what you want, when you want, how you want, because you want. Next, great, grand, glorious Leo. Leo says, go away. I want to be alone. I need my solitude and privacy. You might want to take a trip by yourself, perhaps, but you do want to commune with the spirit plane. And if you can't sleep more, meditate more, and be alone, get in your car and go someplace you've always wanted to go. Now, I understand it's expensive to travel nowadays. And of course, Mercury will be retrograde until the 18th. But my suggestion to you is that you give yourself the time that you require. Okay, Virgo, you're ready to be with your friends. This full moon in 16 of Cancer triggers the humanitarian in you. And so if you belong to humanitarian organizations, philanthropic organizations, spend time. Absolutely. Throw yourself into the activities of that particular organization, because what this full moon does, as I said, brings out the humanitarian in you. It's gorgeous. Lovely Libra. Move upward in your career. This full moon beckons you to the lead position. And I want to encourage you to absolutely move upward, no lateral moves. Now, if you are not involved in a career, that still doesn't change the fact that your leadership ability comes to light. It can be with friends, it can be anywhere. So take charge. And if you are offered a raise or a promotion, consider it very seriously. Okay, Scorpio, the most powerful planet in the zodiac. You would love to get on a plane and go long. Your higher mind is triggered. Your psychic ability is expanding. You see a bigger picture than most people do now. And so you're seeing the far horizon and seeing opportunities you did not know you had. I love this. Do you want an advanced degree? Do you want to, are you teaching higher education? This is the opportunity to do so. Sagittarius, you are going to be a psychic detective with this full moon, because people are going to share their secrets with you. You're going to get to the bottom of what's going on. You're not going to deal with the effects. You're going to go under the table and look at cause. This is fabulous. Also, this is a great time to create mutual finances. In other words, create projects that pool your talents and abilities with others, maybe one, maybe several. Capricorn, relationships. This is a time to get out there and be involved in a one-on-one. When you have a one-on-one eclipse especially, but a full moon will do the trick as well. You just want to be with one person at a time. Do you have a very best friend? That's what I'm talking about. Are you looking for a mate? That too is on the agenda. One-on-one relationships. If you are a public speaker, this is a time when you can consider your audience, no matter how large, as the other person in your life. In other words, that it's you and them, the public. Really good if you're a public speaker. Aquarius, throw yourself into your job. You are a natural humanitarian, and this full moon indicates that you want to serve through a job. In other words, paper clips and staples. You get going, you cross the T's, dot the I's, take care of the details. Pisces, it's time to party. It's time to enjoy yourself. And if you have children, it's time to spend time. It's time to spend time. It's good to spend time with them. Are you an artist? Do you paint? Do you draw? Are you creative? Now is the time. It's terrific. All right. Aries, your home and family, very important to you. Whether it's being with family members or just staying home by yourself, renovating, painting, or sitting there in front of the tube with a remote in your hand. This is a time when you say home sweet home. Now, Taurus, this is a time to share your ideas. Short distance communication and travel look terrific. If you're writing a book, do it in small segments right now. Express your ideas. Either write them, record them, or just speak up. And last but not least, Gemini, you can create more money. Isn't that wonderful? This is a time to focus on your own finances and increase them. All right. So, done that. Oh, I know what we're going to do next. And this is something I always love. In order to create what you want, there are a couple of steps. And as you know, if you've been on if you've been to my original full moon ceremonies, you know that we basically start a bonfire and people throw their lists in it. And the reason we do that is because in order to let the universe give us what we want, we have to let go of it. Okay? You don't plant seeds and then a day later dig them back up to see if they're growing. You know that they're growing, and they are on the way to you. So if you have not made a list of what you would like for you this beautiful January 2023, pause the video and write yourself a list. I have it here. And just make a list of what you're looking for. And then when you have a chance, I'm going to show you what I do. I burn the list. Because when I let it go, that gives God the opportunity to send it to me 10 times over what I thought about. Let's say I was looking for health. I would find that my health improved more than I thought it could. And this applies to everything. Now, sometimes some things take longer, and that's why you don't dig up your seeds. So, I've got my list ready to go. And some of you know that when I used to do this in person, when we all got together in person, I had a flamethrower, a barbecue starter, and I let somebody else do it because some people are really good at that. Love it. So here's my list. And I am putting it in this bowl. You can, I don't know if you can see it now. The flame just went out, but it is burning. I'm going to be a real sport here and light it up again because I would like to be able to show it to you. There we go. I'm still not sure you can see it, and I don't want to dump it on my computer, but it is glowing. It is burning. You can see it, the reflection of it. And I'm going to set it down on the hardwood floors and let it do its thing. And I declare that I am sending that list to source energy, to spirit. And I know, because I've done this for years, I know I will get what I've asked for. And if you know it, that's great. The other thing, of course, is that you act as if you already have what you want on that list. Because when you act as if you have it, your mind does not know the difference between the past, the future, or the present. Everything for the mind is now. And so once you say to yourself, and you keep your list private, of course, you say, well, I've asked for, and you just put it out there. And you say, I know that I'm going to get it. And you live as if you already have it. And your joy, your happiness, because of the law of attraction, brings it to you. So that's the burning of the lists. Now, I'm going to carry you through the technique I love to use that absolutely helps bring what you want to you. We've burned our lists. We have declared that we're living as if we have it already. We don't even have to say as if. We declare that we have what we want. Okay, and good. I won't have to pour water on it. So the secret is to come from a place of love. Not your left brain, because your left brain is going to tell you why you can't have what you want. Yes, it will. So don't go there. You're going to put your right hand on your heart. And what this does is the heart represents love. And you move into a state of love. And from this state, you can create. Oh, it rhymes. And I have found, and I'm sure some of you have too, when you say something that rhymes, it is the truth. So now that you're in a state of love, we're going to do right hand, left hand. And I love doing this. Coming from love, extend your right hand and in it, put your heart's desire. The thing that seems impossible, perhaps. The thing you really, 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 really want more than anything, to the point that you might, when you think about it, start crying because you want it so much. And you keep that in your right hand. In your left hand, you extend it and you ask God to put in your left hand what is blocking you from having your heart's desire. Is it a person whom you've put on a pedestal, to whom you've given your power? Is it, now anything in your left hand is the excuse that you are using to keep from having what you want in your right hand. I don't mean that to be harsh, but that is the way I do it with me. You don't have to do it that way. Is it a physical illness? What is it? A person, a place, a situation? Is it lack of money? You'll find that it's probably the emotion that lack of money brings. That's what you want to get away from. You want to be happy. Whatever it is, take it and toss it back out to the universe. Let it go. Is it a family member, a friend, a frenemy, a boss? And what you have left is what's in your right hand. So put that back on your heart. And here is what you're going to say. You're going to start with your name at birth. You're going to verbalize that. So and I'm not going to say mine out loud because I don't want to interfere with you saying yours. Okay? I hope you get that. So, let's say when you were born, your name was Charles Robert Smith the Third. And what people call you now is Buddy. You're going to say, I, John Robert Smith the Third, because you're going back to the time of innocence. You're going back to when you were first born and in touch with God. So at the count of 3, say your full name. I, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I take back my heart. And what you do is allow the energy from your heart, wherever it is, pour back into your heart so you can love. I take back my heart. I take back my soul from whoever has it. I take back my mind so I can think clearly. I take back my body. That's the house that God lives in. I take back my body. I take back my honor, and let all of God's love be pouring down through every cell of your body when you do these acceptances. Fill yourself up. I take back my, let's see, I've done identity. I take back my self-respect. I'm not going to let people use me or walk all over me. I take back my God-given gifts, talents, and powers. I take back my entire life. Take it back. And I accept that I am in charge of my life. Nobody else. It's mine. I hope that feels wonderful to you because it's very empowering. And you may have to do that several times a day. That's fine. It's your life. You do it. And here's a suggestion. If you are looking for love, start with yourself. I can hear you saying, oh, she's getting deep now. She's getting deep. Actually, not that deep. It's hard. You may be longing for somebody to love, but what you really want is for them to love you back. Of course. When you love you, the world loves you. When you love you, you are a magnet for love. Many years ago, I spoke at a UAC conference in Chicago, and without exaggeration, everybody I met told me they loved me. And I thought, that wasn't weird or anything. And I realized that it was God telling me that I needed to love myself. So I did it. Now you can do it and lose it, but you can always take it back. When you love you, the world loves you. And when you love you, you heal yourself. You are good to yourself. And something else that uh, is very, very helpful is accept that you like yourself. And don't listen to your left brain. It's going to tell you all the mistakes you ever made. Find something you like about you, even if it's something small. It can be your looks, it can be your character, something beautiful about you. And give yourself gold stars. You remember those gold stars you would get in elementary school? Keep a journal of all the good stuff about you. Did you walk into the supermarket today and smile at someone and they smiled back? And you know that you know that you know that that smile you gave them made their day? Did you, in that same supermarket, um, encounter a mommy with two children, little children in the buggy, and they were crying and she was at her wit's end? Did you go over and talk to those little babies and they stopped crying for a minute because you smiled at them? And babies, of course, feel your love instantly. Did you do that for the mama and the babies and yourself? In other words, you are the light. Shine it wherever you go. You are love. Be it. Just be it. And give yourself credit for all the good stuff you've done. Keep a journal on that, kids. It works. So the final thing I want to do now, and I got to give myself a little room here, are the star cards. I made these star cards years and years ago, just making sure my computer won't fall off the table. I made these star cards many years ago at Office Depot because I had different cards, angel cards, these cards, little cards, but some of them were kind of neutral. I wanted cards that lifted me up. I wanted cards that punched my truth button, all about the good stuff. And so I've saved them. Can you see them? I had them laminated, and I love when well, before COVID, when I used to have people over, we would pull these cards and it was great. So we're going to do them now. When I pull them, I'll read them out. I'll read it out loud. And then you will say it using the word I, because these are for you. Okay. I just love these cards. Oh, look at here. You are a money magnet. Say it with me. I am a money magnet. Oh, this is wonderful. You are radiantly healthy. I am radiantly healthy. Oh boy, these are good. Oh boy. Take a deep breath now. You are gorgeous. I am gorgeous. That's what it says. You are gorgeous. Be the star. I am the star. That's what you say. You are special. I am special. You are charismatic. I am charismatic. You are a healer. I am a healer. You don't have to hang out your shingle. Just go over and pet a little puppy dog. who may not be feeling great, you'll know you're a healer. Oh, these are beautiful. You are wise. I am wise. You make a difference. I make a difference. Oh, man. You tell the truth. I tell the truth. Ready? Take a quantum leap forward. I take a quantum leap forward. Come on, guys, the meter is ticking. Look at what's going on in our world. You can't make a mistake. It's not possible. All right, let's see here. You are beautiful. I am beautiful. And the final one, you create your life. I create my life. Ah, I hope you're feeling good. And I hope you'll join me next month when we do this once again together. I had thought about opening it up and having your pictures, and I thought I would be too busy looking at the pictures to concentrate. So anyhow, thank you so much for being, for receiving my full moon ceremony. Please feel free to share this with anybody who you feel could use a little something. There's no charge at all. I never charged for my full moon ceremonies. And of course, we're not charging for this. So, till we meet again, bless you, bless your family, bless your job, bless your home, bless the country in which you live. So many of you live outside the United States, of course. And most importantly, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now, my dear friends.